She's lengthy.
Yeah, she's chunky. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. As you can see, Sage here is joining us for this video and is currently trying to bite us. But it's been it's literally been a week since we got her. Well, a week as of like 3 hours ago, because we got her on Sunday last week and it's now Monday at like 3 a.m.
Yeah.
But we wanted to make a video updating you guys on how it's been after having Miss Sage, this King Corso puppy, for about a week. As you can see, she's a noodle. She's just chilling. She is such a good dog. First of all, let me tell you guys, I do not believe, they told us they didn't train her because we got her from a breeder, and we'll talk about the breeder in a different video, or if you guys are interested, we can let you guys know. But we got her from a breeder, and they told us they don't train any of their puppies because your dogs get attached to whoever trains them, and so they don't want to train them, and then, you know, they sell them to you or whatever, and then they go home with you and they don't listen because they already got trained, or they already have an attachment for the owner. But when we first met her, first of all, we got her at 12 weeks old, which all of his puppies tend to get bought at 8 weeks because that's the earliest he'll, like, you know, take them away from their parents. But for some reason, she was the last of her litter that hadn't been purchased yet. So she was there still till 12 weeks. I think she turned 12 weeks like the couple days before we picked her up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was the only one. And I have no clue why she didn't get bought. She was literally the only one. She doesn't have any health problems. She's really sweet and everything. I don't know if maybe people wanted like guy dogs or what.
I'm assuming happened is probably somebody said that they were gonna pick her up, and then they backpedaled on it, and then after that, like,
yeah,
he has a new litter coming like pretty soon, so they were like, oh, I'd rather just wait for the new puppies instead of getting a 12-week-old puppy. That's what I'm assuming. Also, her ears are not
they're not clipped.
They're not clipped.
But
so.
her tail is docked. All of the King Corsos we saw everywhere automatically get their tails docked. I don't know if the breeders do it when they're puppies and really little or what, but we did not see any, like, from any breeder that did not already say that they had their tails docked. But she doesn't have her ears clipped, and they don't clip them here. He takes them to like Nevada or something. But honestly, I like her ears like that. So
that's probably another reason why maybe she hadn't got picked up yet.
Either way, we lucked out because A, she was cheaper because she's older, and also I feel like she naturally was more trained than any other puppy you would have got. A, because she's a King Corso and they're very intelligent. They pick up anything you teach them very quickly. But B, because I think she was around her family. So he has like 6 different dogs he breeds. It's like 3 boys, 3 girls. And I don't know if she spends time with them during the day because she was an outdoor dog over there. They have like little outdoor kennels, and she gets to eat as much as she wants, play as much as she wants, go in and out and everything.
As you can tell.
Yeah, she's chunky, but she, like, when we got her, it's like, you know how puppies bite you and sometimes they don't know how hard they're biting, so they bite you kind of hard and you have to train them to bite you softer. She already knew how to bite soft, which she was saying is probably because she spent a lot of time with the other dogs that they have over there, and when they were playing with each other, if she bit them too hard, they corrected her. But that is one benefit of having gotten her older. Also, look at how she just did this toy. She has absolutely destroyed this, but it is one of her favorite toys. So yeah.
Well, it's not my first time having a puppy. So I kind of knew like the stress that will come with having a new puppy, such as like no more sleep, lack of sleep, because puppies, they require you to take them out every 2 months. Every 2 months. I wish every 2 hours. You should be taking them out every 2 hours, and I'm a person that obsesses about things before I do them. So I watch almost every video about King Corsos. I watch almost every video about puppies. So it's recommended to take them out every 2 hours, and obviously we don't want to get her used to like peeing and pooing inside the house. So what we do is we take her out every 2 hours, even before she wants to go. So that she gets used to that. She correlates with, okay, I need to go to the bathroom, I'm gonna go outside. And luckily she's been doing really good. She tells us when she needs to go outside. Obviously, if we're not here or whatever the case may be, there's going to be some accidents, but we also prepared, and we're going to talk about that later in the video, telling you guys what we used and what we do, because we do both work and we do have 12-hour shifts. And I know it's really hard to have a puppy, mostly a cane Corso, because you don't want to teach her any bad habits now, because when she gets big, her parents are really big, so when she gets really big, she's really going to be like trying to like say whatever she wants is gonna have to be the case, you know. So we really are trying to teach her new things like walking and interacting her with as many people as possible, mostly kids. So yeah, what we did is we're trying to cage train her, because I've seen a lot of well, she's already pretty good in the cage. She goes in there by herself and stuff like that. So a lot of videos that I watch.
Also, before you keep going, look, I can fully grab her hand, squeeze her paws, grab her back legs, squeeze her paws. I could grab her ears.
Mess with her
I
mouth.
could grab her tail, and she doesn't like bite you or get mad at it. I mean, maybe because also by now she's more comfortable with us, so she's okay with us doing that. But we started doing that with her since the day we got her, just so she could get used to it and wouldn't like lash out at anyone if they, you know, grab her.
Yeah, it's very important. Also, for anybody that's getting a puppy or mostly like a big dog like a cane Corso, we recommend you guys cage training them, just because
crate train.
Oh yeah, crate training them, just because
her ears backwards.
She's gonna be really big, and you don't want her to accidentally put her life at risk or destroy something that could damage her, because she could get on top of counters, she could get on top of tables. Not right now, but when she grows up, she's gonna be able to get on top of the things. And also, like, it teaches her how to have like a good sleeping schedule, because these dogs, like I say, they grow up really big, so it's really important for them to sleep a lot and to eat a lot and to eat well, because they grow fast, really fast. From 1 month to 6 months, they grow really fast, so they need to be sleeping a lot. And the cage kind of relaxes them, shows them a safe space, and kind of just tells them that what time is nap time.
Which, as we said, she's already basically crate trained, and we've had her for only a week. The first day we got her, actually, was it the first day or was it like the second day? I don't know. One of the first, either the day we got her or the second day we had her. We went to the store, and so we put her in her cage, and literally it was like we went really quick to get something, and we thought she was gonna cry in her cage, so we have like a camera facing it, and we put her in there. She went in by herself. We put some treats in her purple toy, and that's like a Kong, and put it in there so she'd have something to do. And so she went in there, she stayed in there, we closed it, we looked at her in the camera like right away, right after we left, and like throughout the time we were gone. And she did not cry, she did not care. It wasn't until the second day that she started crying, and I think it's because we didn't leave. We were still home, we just went to sleep too, and she's in the living room. And so I think she could tell that we hadn't left, and that's why she was more whiny. But then she went to sleep like 2 minutes later.
Also, what I was gonna say is that we made a couple mistakes, obviously, with the puppy. One of the mistakes was that we accidentally fed her food, and we left.
She had gone poop, and then we fed her, and I was like, oh, she's probably not gonna go poop again for another whatever 2 hours. We went to eat, and she was crying a lot in her cage, and we were confused because the days before that, like I said, she was fine, she wasn't crying. And so when we looked at her camera, we were like, why is she crying so much and like tripping out? And then we got back, and she had gone poop in her cage, so we washed her like little bedding we have in there, and ever since then she hasn't done it again. So
yeah, so what happens is you gotta be able to recognize when she's crying because she doesn't want to be in the cage, or when she's crying when she actually needs to go to the bathroom. Because obviously she's gonna cry when she doesn't want to be in the cage, but obviously you have to let her be in the cage and just let it go, even though it kind of hurts you, because then they will never get used to it. And this is very important, because if you go to your dog and you attend your dog when they're crying and because they're in the cage and they just want to get out, and you attend them, they're gonna correlate them crying with you helping them get out. So if you are someone that's trying to cage train, mostly a big dog like the cane Corso, and you let her out every time she cries, she's automatically gonna think that it's okay. It's okay. Every time she cries, you're gonna let her out. And then when you don't let her out because of crying, then she's gonna be like, okay, crying doesn't help. Then I'm gonna start barking, and then you're gonna really take her out because you're gonna think that she really needs to go to the bathroom. And then so on and so forth. She's gonna start hitting the crate. It's just gonna not be a good idea. So make sure she is mostly when you first get her, don't be worried about the stools because so as the transition from where she was at to your house, her poop times are gonna change. What me and her have done is we time every time she poops and we time every time she pees to get her in a certain little routine and to understand when she needs to go to the bathroom and when she's just messing around. Because obviously when we first got her, it was way different than it is now. But when we first got her, she was going like every 2 hours, and that could be because of anxiety or like just something new. Now she's normal. Now she's back. She's good. But yeah, so also if you're gonna put your dog in a cage for whatever reason, make sure she hasn't, like if she ate, make sure she went to the bathroom already and she peed already and everything is good. And do not leave your dog in a cage for too long. I wouldn't recommend that, mostly as a puppy.
Unless you're sleeping, obviously, but.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why we haven't been sleeping, because right now she's a puppy and we understand that. So we wake up, one of us wakes up in the middle of the night and takes her out, and then so on and so forth. Just so she has a little break in the middle of the night, because obviously like she can't hold it for too long yet. They said that recommended by 6 months she should be fully set, but also by like 4 months she should be able to hold it at least 7-8 hours, which is the time that is spent sleeping. So yeah, we bought a bunch of things. One thing we did not expect is how many things a cane Corso needed. So we might have bought more than we actually needed, because we bought things for when she actually grows up. Right now, we expected her to be a little bigger than when we got her. Luckily, she's small, so it's easier to train her right now. Yeah, do you got anything to add on that first week? What your experiences or anything like that?
First of all, she's very smart. There is like, if you look up traits of a cane Corso, they say they're very intelligent, easy to train. She's literally, I know she's so funny. She's laying over there on the floor playing with her toy. She's one of the smartest dogs I've ever met. Like, we literally told her to sit, and she obviously didn't know what sitting was when we first got her, but right away she picked it up. Now you could tell her sit and she knows how to sit. She knows how to come to you. She knows how to look at you when you tell her to focus. She knows how to go down on the floor, but she struggles if you just say down. You have to like physically hold whatever, her food or anything, and then move her towards the ground, and then she goes down. But she's pretty smart, and then she already knows how to walk. When you take her out on a walk, stay by you, pay attention to you. And she's literally only like, what, 3 months old?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a video of her walking. We're gonna do a video of that, like a good way to train your puppy how to walk. Mostly cane Corsos, any big dog, any type of big dog, any type of mastiff. Even a pit bull, like any strong dog, you should teach them as soon as possible, just because when they're already pulling on the leash, it's going to be harder for you to keep them in one spot, just because they're going to be wanting to pull, blah, blah, blah. So I always recommend, if you're going to get any type of a puppy, to teach them right when you get there, and teach them with food. You don't have to use treats.
Yeah, we haven't used any single treat for her. She's still very much food motivated with her own food, so we use her food as her treats.
Yeah, so pretty much use food. Feel free to use food.
First.
What she's doing first.
Look at her. She's laying.
She's freaking lengthy, bro. Like, look at this. She's lengthy.
She's like,
why are you touching me?
Look at those teeth. Hello.
But yeah, like I said, we can mess with her mouth.
Look at
she doesn't mind it. She tries to bite, but not hard. Like, also, always make sure when she's biting you, not to pull, because then she's gonna think it's a game. Just let her bite you a little bit, and then just let her mess with you. Obviously.
Or distract her with something else.
Yeah, or distract her with something else. Like, come. One time. She really wanted to bite my hand though.
But anyways,
she's really going in.
This is her crate where she sleeps. It's a pretty big crate. It came with a middle divider. So if you have like a smaller dog or two of them, I guess you could put them in there. And then I bought this bedding. It's like a faux, it's like a, not foam. It's just like a padding that's like a dog bed, but it is not in the shape of a dog bed, so it fit perfectly in there. She likes it a lot. When she accidentally pooped in here, we took it out to wash it, and then she really didn't like her cage as much, but now that that's back in there, she doesn't really care. She goes in there all the time, even if we're here and she just wants to sleep for a while. She'll go in and out of her cage. She has normally the toy she's playing with over there in here too. And then we have this blanket on top because we typically are asleep during the day since we work night shifts. So we use it to cover part of the cage just so that all the light from outside doesn't come in and keep her up. And then this is what he's talking about. It's a playpen for dogs. We
We bought 2.
Bought 2, so technically this is like 1. It comes with a couple of these pieces and then like a gate that you can open and close.
It has
and
2
then
doors, as you can
yeah, the second one's over here. So we combine the 2, hence why there's a door there and a door here. And so we bought this because, as he said, we work 12-hour shifts, so we don't want her to be home all day and here for 12 hours. And right now she can't be trusted to be over there because, like we said, she can bite the couch, she can drop these chairs, she can do a lot of stuff.
Also, the main thing is when people want to train a puppy, like when people want to train her, like to train her not to bite the sofa, so they want to train their dog to. So the best way to train them is not even introducing them to it. So when we're here, we obviously let her out because then we could correct it right away or we could distract her right away. But if you're not here and you're letting her roam all over the house, even if you are here, even when we're here, we put her in there sometimes just so we could she could calm down because sometimes she's too energetic or just to make her comfortable there. Because if you introduce her to the sofas, if you introduce her to like the tables and she's chewing on it because she sees it, then she's already getting introduced to it. She's already thinking that it's an okay thing. So what we did, we put the playpen over there in an area where literally there's nothing that she could bite that is bad. Anything in there she could destroy. It's all her toys, it's all her belongings. So there's nothing wrong with whatever it's in there. Also, the reason we combined 2 is because she's
trying to bite him.
Yeah,
right
she's
now.
really trying to bite me. Another good thing about crate training is that dogs do not pee or poo where they sleep.
Well, they try not to because they don't want to be in their,
So
feces.
they never will unless they have an accident, obviously, or like you messed up, like we messed up. So they never will. They never will. Like that would be the last straw for them, right? So the reason we bought 2 crates is we try to separate her sleeping area with her play area. So, like I said, we don't motivate her peeing and pooing inside the thing, but show them the crate real quick. So we bought all these things from Amazon, except the crate.
The crate and this crate we both bought at Petco or PetSmart, one of the 2. I can't even remember anymore. But this I bought from Amazon. It's a giant, basically doggy pee pad, but it's like kind of carpet.
Yeah.
And then the bottom has like anti-slip stuff, so she can't push it very much. And then. All right, welcome, girl. And then she peed once over there in that corner when we were at work. As you can see, it's kind of a little discolored, but it didn't go through at all onto the hardwood floor. And so we have a gate on this side because this side leads to our living room. And then we have a gate on this side because it leads to our front door. But she has this big section right here where we'll normally put a couple of her toys. When she's home alone, when she's home alone, she tries to play in this area. Right now she's trying to bite it just because we're standing here, but she normally doesn't do this when she's by herself. She's by herself playing in this area. This is a beanbag I had, which she is a genius dog. Look at her, she's running away with her pizza. She's very playful, but she is so smart, and this is what I'm telling you, King Corsos are so smart. So this chair, this is okay, so let me show you. This is how the chair currently looks right now on its side, right? This chair used to be like this in our living room, and it wasn't even for her. We were sitting on it when we were with her on the floor, and then suddenly one day she decided to get on it, and it's really comfortable, obviously, compared to the hardwood floor. So she started sitting on this and sleeping on it. And then one day when we were at work, we looked in our camera when she was in here, and she had actually dropped it and put it like this, because she could fit better because there's more room on this side, because now that she's growing, in general she's pretty long, but now that she's growing, she can fit a lot better this way, and then she doesn't slide off when she's sleeping. So she did that all by herself. I didn't even think about doing that. So like I said, King Corsos are just really freaking smart. And then right now she's playing with this toy that a family member actually bought her today. It's apparently a really popular dog toy. I knew nothing about it, but it makes noise when you move it. And so she's been obsessed with this recently. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it, Teach.
So another thing that we could talk about is that she's in the age where, like I said, she's in the age where she wants to bite everything. She wants to see where everything fits and stuff like that. If it fits in her mouth or it doesn't fit in her mouth. So she's obviously going to be very wanting to bite everything, your hand, your thing. So that's why a playpen is very recommended for anybody, because even if you are in the house, you should leave them in the playpen just a couple minutes, just so they could be free. Like they could bite anything, they could run around in there, they could do whatever they want. Obviously, right now we're just doing it strictly just until she's able to hold her pee and poo. Once she's able to do it, then we're gonna start leaving her with more access. And also, you shouldn't give your dog access all at once, just because it's very easy for them to like get too comfortable and think like they're the top dog of the house. Also, anytime that we leave her in the cage or we leave her in the playpen and we leave, we don't tell her bye. We don't go like cuddle her and be like, oh, we're leaving, because then that just gets her excited for no reason. Because if she's already there and she's calm, you get your dog excited and they're excited, and then you're like, oh, bye, see you later, I'll see you soon, and then you leave them. So that's just gonna stress them out, and then they're just gonna be like, oh, where'd I put all this energy? Maybe I start destroying my cage or something, you know? Maybe, and that could cause for them to get hurt. So just leave calmly, and then when you return from work, also return calmly. Like if you have bags, drop your bags, do what you gotta do. Don't just go straight to, hey, the puppy, how you doing? Because then obviously you're rewarding her for something that she's supposed to do. So if she's not doing it, if she's doing it, it's not like something that, like, it's a big deal. Like she's supposed to be able to stay calm when you leave and be calm when you come back. So yeah, that's a quick recommendation of what we struggled in the first week. That, because obviously you want to say bye and hi and all these things, but we've been really good at that. We've been really good at showing her that she needs to be like that. And yeah,
but she's been a pretty good dog. She doesn't really have any big problems except for biting right now. Yeah, she's chilling.
Chunky.
Oh my god, it was the funniest thing. When we bought her, he tried to pick her up to take her to the car, and she didn't look heavy. Like, she did not look heavy at all. She looked like smaller than, like we said, we thought that she'd be. And also she's like not super furry, so it's not like her weight is just like fur, and she's actually really light. She's almost 30 pounds.
Yeah, because
so,
what you see is what you
and she
get.
moves around a lot, obviously a lot more than just because she didn't know us and stuff, but it is so funny how heavy she is. So he was struggling to get her to our car the first day. But yeah, she kind of does her own thing. She's really good. Earlier today when I was making food, she was actually hanging out by herself in her crate, in her table, just sleeping. And yeah, as you can see, she doesn't care being grabbed and everything. She loves it. She's very affectionate. King Corsos are extremely affectionate, whether she's playing with something or whether you're just sitting on the floor and she's gonna nap, she has to be next to you.
Also, another recommendation is, like, know when she doesn't feel okay. So you can mess with her and stuff like that, but if she doesn't feel okay, if you put her too close to your face and she bites it, don't get mad at her, because that's just what she's gonna do. Like, you let her get close, and she's gonna obviously react a certain type of way. So I took her on a walk the other day. I've been taking her on a walk, and there was a bunch of kids that I let them pat, because you gotta socialize your cane corso or any type of big breed. So she let herself be patted and all that stuff. But when she felt anxious, I noticed she got up, she walked away, and then I told him, okay, that's enough, because obviously if she doesn't feel okay, I don't want her to react a certain way and think that it's okay for anybody just to come mess with her. You know, she obviously should feel comfortable and protected when she's with her owner. So yeah, but she's really bitey right now, really biting.
Yeah. She loves to bite hands, she loves to bite shoes, she loves to steal shoes. When we go take her outside, she loves eating rocks. We have rocks in our backyard, and she loves running to them, grabbing them, putting them in her mouth and running away. She doesn't eat them. She doesn't eat them, but she likes to get them in her mouth and chew on them, and we have to like go get them out of her mouth. She lets you, and she doesn't bite you when you're getting them out of her mouth, but it's just annoying, obviously. But it's the same thing with any dog. Obviously, when they're puppies, they're still learning and they're just exploring. But yeah, that's basically how our first week of having a King Corso has gone. We'll be making another video showing you all how we train her, our routine with her every day, and just other updates. Anything really you guys want to know about King Corso or puppies in general, let us know. As we were saying, that'll basically be it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and like always, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Drop down in the comments any suggestions you all have, any questions, anything you want to see, or just any general comments about this video or any video. And obviously she's going to be in a lot more of our videos, and we're going to make a lot more videos with her, whether it's showing you all her growing up, how we train her, our routine with with her, anything honestly. But yeah, hopefully this was a little bit informative to those of you that were curious or that have a puppy or are thinking of getting a puppy or want a Cane Corso. But yeah, that's gonna be it, and we'll see you guys soon.